Hey everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today I back up and joined again by Jimmy, Nick, and like always, Fluff.
Yes, sir.
New stuff.
What's up, beautiful people?
And today is the first round of our locals this past weekend, and this was a very interesting locals. I felt like everyone just kind of brought some fun stuff, because it's right before the new sets come out, and it's just a good time to kind of just break out the old stuff you always enjoyed. And today, well, Jimmy brought SS4 Bardock, but hey, we haven't seen it in a while. Everyone's been doing the Toa build, so something new, which is great. Nick has brought back Vegito, so that's pretty cool. Let's get into this.
Sure, Nick. Talk about Vegito here.
Yeah, it's blue.
Oh,
it runs blue.
Wait. Prove it. How's it blue?
Well, honestly, you can't even see the leader, so I can't prove it. You got me there.
Does it run Sensibine?
Runs. Yep, sure does.
I run Sensibine. Is my deck blue?
It's blue. It's blue adjacent.
Oh, okay. All right, that's fair.
Yeah. So, what does your deck do, Jimmy? Tell us.
A lot of stuff. It does a little bit of everything. Saying that it's Rainbow Bardock, it kind of pulls a little bit from every color in the game, while also being a Black Saiyan, which gets access to a lot of like really cool cards, like True Fighting Spirit Goku, which is a fantastic card against blue, just due to the amount of counters that you play. Go on.
Would you say that while piloting this deck, that your favorite color is the rainbow? Would you do that?
What are you trying to say here, Fluff?
I can confirm that he was tasting it.
Whoa!
So on that note, Jimmy, what made you go back to the Bardock leader instead of just using Toa?
Because I hate that Toa deck. It's a really fun deck to play, but after like the third time playing, it gets real boring of just going a critical Vegeta, draw 2, bottom 1. Like it gets real boring after that. And also, like, I do really like the design of a lot of these cards where they have a lot of effects of going into the energy and getting effects there, and then having bigger effects when actually played out. And I also get to play around with the 3-drop cards, which do not fit into the Toa variant of this particular list. Go on.
I was saying, and I do remember we did get a profile of this deck, which will come out after this matchup. But you do play like I think a Topo. Like you said earlier, you have the Sensibine, so like you do have a variety of those extra colors you wouldn't normally get in the Toa deck as well, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, like outside of like the archetype, which it is a fairly large package that has to go into this deck, but outside of the archetype, you really have free reign of whatever you want to run. So like I obviously run a Gogeta Fusion package because it's broke as shit, so why wouldn't you run it? But you also get access to stuff like Topo because it only costs 1 red energy. I don't think it comes down in this match. I don't remember exactly, but I do play the basically Goku Black Rose Obuni card. You spawn 4 blockers, which is a huge play, and not many people expect it to come down in Rainbow Bardock. So like the deck is really fun to build, and it is quite fun to pilot. It's just a little. It's not my cup of tea, is what I should say. I don't think it's a bad deck by any means. I just like talking shit on it because I find it a little bit funny.
Fair enough. So behind the scenes, we do a lot of recordings in random orders. I don't know if we really got into more of why you decided to play Vegito, Nick.
Shit, I don't know. So like I've always been. Blue has been one of my weaker colors that I've played with, I would say, and I wanted to build Soul Striker. And I mean, has anyone not seen a Soul Striker list lately? I mean, seems to be popular. So I wanted to do something a little different. And the baby unison that I have on the board right now is probably one of my favorite blue unisons. So I wanted to build something that focused on that. And the starter Vegito leader just kind of like elevated that, just so I can make it really tall, make it real beefy. And then I like the fact with the Vegito leader that you can untap energy. When your opponent removes a battle card or the unison. So I can extend my plays, tap out, and then feel somewhat safe because I pretty much always had the ability to get my energy back, especially since I'm playing blockers like Dr. Rhoda, the Calamity Challenger Goku. So it's really easy to restand my blue energy and then just go back from there with like Beam, Dimension Magic, things like that. So it plays a little bit off. It plays offensively well. It plays defensively well. So I like the mix of both.
That Roshi combo is such a beautiful card and works so well in this deck.
Yeah, it's especially good if the opponent is swinging with a battle card, because it's essentially a 15k combo for free if you have the 3-drop Bardock in your energy. So he negs 2,000 for every color in your energy when he's placed there. So picking up with Roshi, slamming him back down to just neg out whatever 15,000. Or Nick is something out 10,000 and becomes pretty much a 15k super combo on Roshi, which is just nutty.
And if I'm correct, you're doing it now. Yeah, you can awaken right now.
Yeah, I don't. Sometimes I feel like I want to stay on the front side just to search out more of my SS4 pieces, but then the amount of value that you get off of the text on the back of this leader is worth awakening, even if you don't have the strongest lineup of SS4s in hand.
Remind me, it's energy and battlefield, right?
Energy and battlefield, yes.
So you maximize the effect right now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So the best possible play you can have is turn 1 charge either a red or a green, turn 2 charge the other color that you did not charge at that point. Then you saw I had the 3-drop Goku in play. There's a Vegeta counterpart that can also play itself from the combo area. So the best play is on your turn 2, combo both of those, tap 2, bring them into play, and now there's all of your colors, and you can awaken sometimes at 8 life. Which, of course, if your opponent has the ability to remove the cards in play, then you lose out on your awakening ability, but you also lose out on your bottom effect on your leader, which is one of the strongest of being able to draw a card and remove a marker off of your opponent's unison. So by turn 4, you have everything established in your energy, and you don't have to worry about the field. But early on, if you do take that route, you would have to worry about it. Also, stacking True Fighting Spirit is fairly good because I have seen Nick's hand get pretty high, and being able to say even if he baby hatch, he has to pitch 1 card. Pitching 3 cards off of baby hatch is still a win for me.
Yeah, and it's kind of the. I mean, I did it. Like it's like foreshadowing or something. I didn't know what else he'd be able to play, and since he's swinging with the True Fighting Spirits, I feel like he was doing some big push. I figured I might as well just protect myself. I feel like it was most likely a bait, and I mean, probably it worked clearly. But hey, now I got a 40k beat stick that I can just sit there with. So.
It honestly was a bait. I will tell you that.
Like he didn't even take a life for that. I don't think.
No, I did not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he saw the negate coming, there'd be no reason.
Yeah.
But now here I am with the Calamity Challenger. Straight just draw a card. And one of the things that I was really looking forward in this deck was removal. That's where the Soaring Blow comes into play. So free Union Patara, Goku and Vegeta. So I use, and it can also use Goku and Vegeta in your energy. So that's how I use the 1 in the energy, just to remove the True Fighting Spirit. So now I don't have to worry about that nonsense anymore. So.
With Vegeta being fairly energy efficient, popping an energy in some cases could be a death sentence, but most of the time, like, you're really not hurting to lose at least 1 energy, just due to being able to untap on your opponent's turn using your leader effect.
Yeah, so I wasn't too worried, and it was the safer route than playing and tapping another energy out. So, I mean, I can always get that back. I mean, I typically don't play stuff until turn 3, 4 anyway. So, get just going down, essentially deramming myself one turn, not the end of the world.
Yeah. So the Gohan Negate, if you're not familiar with it, it's cost 1 if you have 3 or more multicolor energy. He will basically pseudo Nimbus your opponent for every color in their energy. They can attack one more time. So since you're a monocolor blue, you can only attack one more time with battle cards and unison cards, which was in my mind was a pretty solid play, because now you have to choose between swinging with Baby Hatch or swinging with your unison and getting that triple strike, which you could have swung into my unison and get rid of it, or deal quite a bit of damage to me because I was tapped out. And I did choose to pitch the Power Burst, 1, because I did not have Sparking 5, and 2, I felt pretty safe at that point.
Yeah, and I played into it pretty badly. I mean, I played the Dr. Rhoda, which in theory normally helps me out, but in this case, it's almost irrelevant because the leader can just rest mode something, which you do right now. So blockers are kind of useless in this matchup. Which is, the more I play against this deck, and the more like I see it, there's like the leader's just a straight hard counter to everything that I try to do.
Oh yeah, quite a bit. I have a lot of ways of playing around the blockers, which I do think out of every color that Bardock is, I feel like he plays more like a yellow deck, at least to me in my play style with him. He plays mostly like a yellow deck, where you're more so tapping down your opponent's cards and kind of playing the tempo route than, you know, like the aggression from red, or like the kind of hybridness of a mono black deck. Because you do have Pseudo Nimbus, Gohan, you have the ability to tap down cards. The Goku cards are fantastic with negating skills and then popping skillless battle cards, which is huge in a lot of situations.
And here we were just clarifying something real quick on the Saiyan Synergy. So the counter for the Saiyan Synergy is the card will get played in rest mode, and then when an opponent attacks the leader, no matter with what, as long as the leader gets attacked, you can bottom deck the Saiyan Synergy and give your leader +5 for the turn. So we were just clarifying that. So the boost is really nice, especially since all of his cards are 16k. If he wants to go wide or swing low to the ground with those guys, he has to combo up.
And to comment on here, I completely misthought and tapped 1 to play the Goku, and right there I'm looking at my hand like, oh, I'm an idiot. I wasn't supposed to actually play that, and you were nice enough to just let me put it in the drop area and take that play back.
Yeah, we're all friends here.
Oh yeah, of course. Sometimes.
I mean, like I said earlier, like it felt like this weekend was more of a just have fun. It was weird.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like everybody like talked to each other and didn't have weird scowls on their face. I don't know. In times of dire need of not having Dragon Ball product for the locals, everybody comes together in a Christmas miracle. We find out that it's not about the product, it's about the friends you made along the way.
Shit, I'm in the wrong business.
And then I promptly left and watched wrestling instead of played the rest of the night at Dragon Ball.
It was a good
I bet you all had a lot of fun without me there dunking on everybody.
There were some laughs.
That makes me feel that doesn't heighten my insecurities. So the reason I didn't want to play the Goku, in my head I was thinking, I have to have it in play, but no, you can just have both of them in the drop area. Which I played this card like 1,000 times. I don't know why I keep forgetting that. But to slam the SS4 thwarting, just send the 2 Goku and Vegeta to the warp. And it still, every time I think, the card's not all that great, they have, options of countering it. This SS4 still like blows my mind every time it comes down. And I'm like, damn, this is what it feels like to have true power.
Yeah, I mean, the second it sticks, I mean, it's devastating. Like, once it hits the board, it's hard to remove. I mean, it does work every turn. Yeah, it's Wonderful.
Yeah, it's a disgusting good card.
Also, I feel like you were the first one to play it at our shops with the Videl green black deck. What do you mean?
Yeah.
To have the power.
I played it in Mecha Gamora as well, but in those decks, it just didn't feel as good as it does in this one.
Gotcha.
Like, it still felt very powerful, but like in this deck, like it just feels like it just slides right into this list. Because it does set up for a SS3 thwarting play, which still continues to be a disgusting card.
It plays from drop to warp, and it plays warp to drop. Wow. I forgot about that.
So it would be even better if I had a like a big bomb overrealm in hand to follow up pulling the cards back from my warp. So I do choose to -2 on the Unison here, which is which basically is just a extra diet caffeine-free topo of you have to warp a card out of hand every time you attack with a battle card specifically. Which you have 2, so 2 cards out of hand, not bad. And I'm hoping that you'll just say, "Nah, I ain't gonna swing Chief."
And then I play the blue Unison. Everybody plays.
Hey, look at that.
Jimmy says, as he's on, what is that, 6, 7 life left?
7, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, aggression's hard. Aggression's hard.
If correct, the SS4 auto doesn't matter whose turn it is, right? As long as it's in rest mode, it can't be KO'd.
Yes, it's a permanent. So as long as it's in rest mode, it cannot be KO'd by skills. It can still be KO'd by battle, but it can't be KO'd by skills.
Gotcha. But Boo gets past that if it's -1.
Yeah, which fuck that Unison. I like it. I like that Unison a lot.
I thought you didn't like Unisons.
I don't, but I like that one. Cut that out.
I don't think so.
I said I like that Bardock Unison as well. So
it's true, you did.
Yeah, Bandai print more broken Unisons so I can like them. I mean, I like the baby Unison. I like the art, but nothing else.
The yellow one, right?
Yeah, both of them, all the baby Unisons, all 2 of them. Yeah, the SPR of that baby Unison that's mint.
So what I'm getting here is that either you're baiting the -1. There it is.
Yep.
I think he audibly said, "Let's get it out of the way."
Yeah, I think you can probably pull the audio. I was just like, "Hey, like, go ahead and -1 for me, real quick." I just want to get it out of the way. I could have probably because it's on swing, it doesn't have to target the attacking card. So if I swung with anything else, he was just going to -1 and not give me any value off of the auto, which I still want to get the cards out of his hand and get the cards off the field. Of course, that will proc his leader ability, but I'm not too worried about that because I have quite a few resources. I'm not close to dying. That giving him a couple cards isn't going to be the end of the world for me.
A couple? The man has 3 cards.
Yeah, exactly.
How's it feel to have a low hand, Nick, out of curiosity?
It happens. I mean, you mess up, you miss combo, you overextend your plays, you get hand controlled. I mean, it happens.
Oh, yeah, it happens. I didn't even have to use any Ribrians. I'm a better hand control player than you. How's that feel?
Yeah. Sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
I also play that Goku, so I mean, whatever.
Whatever you say. So, I can't remember. You're at 2 life right now, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
No.
And I'm just doing my darndest.
So if you're not familiar with that, Goku, you pay 1, he comes in, and he will target a Unison and negate its skills for the turn. So being able to just say, nah, you don't got blocker anymore is huge.
Yeah, that is pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
And then doing the take a life to boost by 10k. Allow you to use super combos now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is the only thing that, I feel like I'm, bitching a little too much here, but That's all it took. But one thing that does suck about this deck, where you stay at such a high life total for so long, like your super combos are pretty much dead. And I tend to use them just as like combo them off for 0 and just put them in the drop area for fusion fodder. Because I tend to stay at above 4 life for 90% of the game, and the only time I'm ever dipping below that is when I'm dying or trying to pull life from the Gokus myself.
With that being said, thank you all for tuning in today. Hope you enjoyed today's matchup. Keep in mind, there's buttons down below and on the screen while Fluff does the outro.
Jimmy, just real quick, as part of the outro, do you think you would ever consider switching to like maybe the Sparking Trunks, or do you just still prefer that Vegeta specifically for the fusion aspect of it?
With the fusion stuff, so I run a couple extra fusions in my list that are not run in the more popular variations of Bardock. So having a lot of targets for fusion is nice to have. Plus, just Vegeta is just one of the best black super combos in the game. So it's hard to say I don't want switch to a different one. If I had another 15k Vegeta I could fit into the list, I'd probably consider swapping to the Xeno Goku, just because he's a flat 10k combo, I believe. Yeah. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember exactly, but or no, right the Toa is the flat 10k. That's a Sparking 5. The Goku is might be 4 or less life. I don't know. Fuck that Goku. Never mind. I'm just only going to remember Vegeta.
And now that the rambling has ended, read your cards, know your plays. Let us make the mistakes so that you don't have to. And as always, Fluff out.